So we're going to take a look at all the 2026 swimming and diving, the conference championship winners for each conference, for the finals, for the team finals. So we have the men's 200 meter medley relay was Hawaii with 1:24.48, and the Santa Barbara was 1:37.16. The Big West Conference record 1 meter diving was 3:60.70 for Juan Esteban Ramirez, the male from the University of Hawaii. 3:60.70, he was the Big West Conference record. And then 800 freestyle relay early, which is Hawaii. And then 6:23.60 and the Big West women's record was UC San Diego, still 11:42. And then 3 meter diving, Juan Esteban Ramirez, the male, Hawaii, broke the Big West Conference record in 3 meter diving, 3:93.45. And then 500 meter freestyle was Landon Eglin, UC San Diego, 4:20.98, Big West Conference record. Asia Kozan, UC San Diego, broke the Big West Conference record in 500 freestyle, 4:45.60. This could be the 500 yards though. 200 individual medley. Tom Teldu, Hawaii, 1:43.93, and Eva Vocally, UC San Diego, 1:57.43. Hawaii Nelson, Hawaii, won the 50 freestyle in 22.28. Carol Ostrowski, Hawaii, 19:13, Big West Conference record. And then AC Wheeler, Big West Conference record, 3:11.85 in the Big West women's diving conference record, women's 1 meter diving. And the 200 freestyle relay team, Hawaii for the men, 1:17.24, the women 1:29.39 for the Big West Conference record. And then for the 400 butterfly, it was 45.91 for Vila Silva Castillo and Eva Lucky, UC 52.79. 400 medley Tom Teldu, Hawaii, 3:47.19, and Ella Ackerman, UC Davis, 4:15.47. Her freestyle Victor Dagnes, Hawaii, 1:34.77, and Asia Kozan, UC 1:45.52. Her breaststroke was Cardoon, Grand Canyon, 52.16, Chloe Brown, UC 58.85. Carol Ostrowski, Hawaii, 46.16. Mass O'Connor, UC 58.31. And Macy on a 3 meter diving, 3:52.70. And Canyon for Maria team, 3:07.69. And UC San Diego's 300 for medley relay team, 55.48 for West Coast. And there's platform diving, Mar Islad, Grand Canyon, 3:95.75. Lisa Gustafson, Hawaii, 2:69.70. And then we had 16:50 freestyle, J.I. Pins, Grand Canyon, 15:17.54. Samuelson, San Diego, 16:30, 6:45. The Big West Conference record from Eva Lucky, UC San Diego, 1:56.37. And Luigi Franco in the 200 backstroke, 1:43 and 18. Big West Conference record, 100 freestyle. Carol Ostrowski, Hawaii, 1:47. Hawaii Nelson, Hawaii, 48.67. Cardoon, Grand Canyon, 1:54.46. The 200 breaststroke, Clay Brown, UC San Diego, 2:12.19. Samantha Banos in UC San Barbara in the 200 butterfly, 1:56.44 for long. And Vila Silva, Big West Conference record from Custody, 1:42.37. And the 400 meter freestyle relay from Hawaii, Big West Conference record of 2:52.19. And UC San Barbara, the women's side, 3:18.32. And the final results for the who won Big West Swimming and Diving Championships overall for the women's side. And the men's side. Well, the men's team rankings through 903 different events for the men and women. The heats, that includes the heats, like all the heats, the prelims, the finals, everything. And UC Sam University first with 1:78 for the women. UC Davis 682, UC Santa Barbara 660, UC San Diego 644, University of San Diego 350, Consideration 172, CU 157, and Hawaii 70 for the men, 728 for the Grand Canyon of Hawaii, 728 for Grand Canyon, UC San Diego 570, UC Santa Barbara 560, Consideration 387.5, CU 273.5. There are some teams that only have a women's team, and UC Davis is one of them, and San Diego is one of them. The Grand Canyon's only one that has a men's team. And then the Metro Athletic Conference. There were 6 sessions, an evening session on Wednesday, and then a prelims and a final session Saturday. And the men in Mirfield, one with the men with 1341.83, Mirror second, 1276, Niagara 1139.33, on a 1017.83, fourth. That was out on the fourth. Ryder fifth, 983.6. Munson race 597. East is 516.5. St. Pierce 37, Manhattan 218. And then Fairfield for the women, there's 12 Medtronic Athletic Cards women's teams. A few would only have a women's program. Like Sacred Heart only has a women's program. Miss Ryder and Sienna only have women's programs as well. We had Sacred Heart. And then we had Sienna only had a women's program. Ryder has a men's program, which is Sienna. And then Merrimack has a women's program. So Fairfield first, 1325.5. Maris, 1315.5. Niagara, 1074. Sacred, 883.5. NS, 724. Mount Series, 585. East is 516. 10th Ryder for 7th. 8th Sienna, 434.5. 10th Merrimack, 340. 11th St. Pierce, 215. And 1 Nason. And the men's broken MAC records. The Omega, 200 breast, 151.37. And the 800 meter freestyle, 800 freestyle relay from Niagara, 800 yard probably, 721.72. 200 freestyle from Ashley Pre Fairfield, 200 freestyle, 148.17. Lonnie Pennant, 200 IM, 2 minutes, 9.9 seconds. And then 200 Sandstone from Fairfield, 100 breast, 1 minute, 32 seconds. And then 4 Riley Reed from Fairfield, 340.35. 200 breast from Niagara, 213E, and the Niagara had the 400 meter or 400 freestyle relay team. And Elena Penn was on the 200 breast team. She was also on the 400 meter on the 400 freestyle relay team. The most outstanding swimmer for the men and women, William Gula Niagara, Elena Penn Niagara, and Starboss Xanthius, and Ryder and Sinclair et al. From Zero, the diver of the year. And then the swimming, and then that was the meet winner, the conference the conference MVP for swimmer diver. And then rookie of the meet was Akula Niagara. He was up both in Tash Dupree from Fairfield, and then Colin Driggers from Fairfield, and diving rookie of the meet, and Raylan Mahoney, Sacred rookie of the meet, either first new in the trying out the cards or freshman overall. And then in the ACC was where's the results? There's 7 days of meets. So let's take a look at the live result. Let me see who won overall. I'm gonna show you. Yeah. Okay, the very end. For the men and women. Okay. There's through the last. The University of Virginia was first, Stanford second, California third, Louisville fourth, North Carolina State fifth, Pittsburgh sixth, North Carolina seventh, Duke eighth, Virginia Tech ninth, Florida State 10th, Notre Dame Miami 12th, Georgia Tech 13, Southern Methodist 14, Western College 15. And for the men, it was California first, Stanford second, North Carolina State third, Louisville fourth, VE Tech 5, Florida State 6th, Virginia 7th, North Carolina 9th, Notre Dame 10th, Southern Methodist 11th, Pittsburgh 12th, Georgia Tech 13th, Miami, Florida 14th, Georgia, Duke, and 15th, Boston College. And then the SEC, the results for the SECs, the swimming and diving. For the swimming and diving. Swimming and diving. And so it's Texas 1, Tennessee 2, Florida 3, Alabama 4, Louisiana 5, South Carolina LSU 5, South Carolina 6, Auburn 7, Georgia 8, Texas 9, Missouri 10, Oregon 7, Kentucky 12, Vanderbilt 13. And then in the foreign men really, it was Texas 1, Florida 2, Tennessee 3, Georgia 4, Auburn 5, Kentucky, Alabama 6, Louisiana LSU 7, Kentucky 8, Texas 9, Missouri 10, South Carolina 11. And then we have the women's swim and diving. The results. And then we had who won the NEC swim and diving results. And the NEC swim and diving championships. It was Howard. There was 4 for the men. Howard was 1. Lander 2. Limon 3. Lander 4. And for the women there was 7 good schools. Central Connecticut, St. Francis, and Stone all have a women's pro. Not the men's pro. Howard 1. Central Connecticut 2. Lander 3. St. Francis 4. Lander 5. So 6. Limon in 7th. And for America East, swim and diving. Okay, so we have the results. Now through the meet. And they are, we have 7 teams. New Hampshire 1, for the women, Bryant 2, Vermont 3, University of Maryland, Baltimore, UBC 4, Binghamton 5, Maine 6, VMI 7, and Binghamton 1, Maryland, UBC 2, Bryant 3, Maine 4, and JT 5, Virginia, or VMI 6. So, NJT only has a men's diving or swim and diving team. Virginia VMI normally doesn't have like women's basketball. Neither does the Citadel. They have like other sports, like they don't have volleyball either. They have like women's soccer, I believe. They only have like a select few programs. The Citadel does not have women's basketball. For whatever reason, they so. I don't believe they have like a softball program either. They have like a baseball only. VMI does. So Vermont only has a women's program. New Hampshire only has a women's program. And then NJT only has a men's program. Alright, so let's look at the final results. So the men and the women, it was a sweep for George Washington. For George Washington for most of it. For 2025 it was. But for 2026, Richmond 1, George Washington 2, Duquesne 3, LaSalle 4, but 4 and 5, St. Bonaventure 6, Rhode Island 7, George Mason 8, Davidson 9, St. Louis 10, and then George Washington 1, George Mason 2, St. Bonaventure 3, LaSalle 4, Davidson 5, St. Louis 6, and Fordham 7. That's for the men. The one was first, 10 teams. Okay, and we have, let's see the live results. Let's take a look through the 400 meter freestyle relay. Nope. Let's look at the overall, the championship, overall. Like who won the championships. No, they're not, they don't mention. But swimming diving. And the FAU in Queens, Florida, and Atlantic, the conference you see is not with swimming and diving. And then Queens is an ASA normally. They have their men's title. Delaware was in conference you see, they won the women's title. In the Big East, there's 7 Big East members that have swimming and diving. And let's see the final results. It is in Florida, into Ocala, Florida. A really good swimming diving area. And that women's for 7 women's teams, 5 men's teams. The level 1, Connecticut 2, UConn 2, Georgetown 3, Xavier 4, Butler 5, Seattle 6, Brownstown, and Georgetown 1, Seattle 2, Villanova 3, 0 4, Providence 5. And for Big Ten women's swim bag, we had Michigan 1, Indiana 2, Ohio State 3, Wisconsin 4, Southern California, USC 5, Minnesota 6, UCLA 7, Purdue 8, Rutgers 9, Nebraska 10, Rutgers 1, Iowa 12, Pennsylvania USC 13, Illinois 14.